Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. I'm the Mysterious JG. We are on the path of the Acolyte. In other words, the easy slash default difficulty setting. But I like to think that it means that we are training to become members of the Acolyte Protection Agency. Anyway, we're fighting our way through Chapter 6, the Aqua Capital. Elizabeth's whereabouts remain unknown, but her twisted plans continue to unfold as she unleashes the fearsome power of the demon statue. Wherever she goes, her spirit will find you. Its power awakens one of the four greater fiends from his long slumber. That's a Samurai Showdown reference, by the way. The roar of greater fiend Wolf, ruler of storms, and, master of werewolves, I guess, echoes throughout a beautiful city of canals, transforming a Gothic castle into an evil fortress. Although Gothic castles could sometimes be evil fortresses on their own. At any rate, checking the fact that is available on the interwebs, we need to be keeping an eye out for a Life of the Gods item coming up fairly soon, and there will be a Life of the Thousand Gods item, Lives of the Thousand Gods item, once we start dealing with some like water wheels and stuff, which you would expect to find, I guess, in a stage that's in fake Venice. We have an item which I believe is mandatory for us to find. Like, I don't think we will be able to continue without finding it. And then I think that's it. I think from there we can just actually keep fighting our way forward and not worry too much about missing stuff. So let's get back to it. Last time I tried to fight ahead a little bit to preserve that save statue and ended up wasting valuable funds because we don't have infinite karma in this game. Although by playing on the easiest difficulty level, I'm able to get by without being, super skilled. The karma is what we use to buy healing items. So when we start using healing items like candy, it will come back to haunt us. Let's get away from those ranged enemies to fight these werewolves. Okay, that seems kind of unfair. Because he just came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it existed. What do I do my obliteration technique here? There we go. Despite their distance away from us, these enemies are still shooting ranged. Or are they? What happened? Did we get that guy and there was only one of them? Did I overestimate how much of this we were going to have to deal with? I'm waiting for enemies to pop out of my blind spots at all times. Damn it! I didn't think that was going to be a... Shit. Get all the health back for this, please. Oh, that's a little bit of health back indeed. Shot the guy in the face a couple of times. Didn't keep him at bay for long. More karma. Good. Not 100% sure what this is about. Don't know that we want to jump into that water. Do see glowing things that we could shoot. Or maybe they don't do anything. Oh, you just have to hit them dead on. Oh, there you go. Now, was I supposed to get my life for the gods before I did that or after that? Face the pole and jump with X to grab it. Okay. Take the zip line. Okay. I'm in fact supposed to find a life of the gods on the other side of this thing. And then when we get to those water gears that we can kind of see over there, that'll be another thing. It says face the pole. Oh. This was always the most confusing part of Ninja Gaiden Sigma for me, is trying to do these parts without getting killed, like on the airship. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh, never mind. I guess this... I thought you had to continue this way. It turns out solving the, quote, puzzle of shooting those two things is just what you need in order to get the life of 1,000 gods. Alright, let's run along. Somewhere amongst all of this, there's supposed to be a life of 1,000 gods, so I don't want to miss it. I'm not really seeing where it would be. No drowning mechanism in this game, which is nice, because I feel like I should be able to jump up and ride on this thing. Oh, wait, if you don't... I swung around and jumped, like, instinctively. If you don't, you can actually kind of ride up. Interesting. Well, that up there is probably it. How did we get to it, though? Should I not have fallen down at that point? Did we make it undoable at this point? We might have made it undoable. Oh, you can climb back up and try again. Whatever we're supposed to be doing. See, I was thinking that you wall jump across these ways, but that doesn't seem to work. I feel like you're supposed to jump on this thing. Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to do. I guess I just was coming at it from the wrong angle. So, patience, and that'll just carry you right over here, I guess. And that'll have to be the life of 1,000 gods. I'd be surprised if it was something else. And if it is something else, I'm going to say it's a difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation version, because I didn't read in detail what you do to acquire it, but I did see it had something to do with the water wheels. There we go. Am I crazy, or did that not actually increase our maximum life at all? Alright. Okay, I know it's old. I know this is tiresome, but I want to just quick check. We don't have any... I think we're good. I think we can just finish the rest of the level. I'm pretty sure they won't let us miss the next item. I think it's required. Freaking werewolf throws. I should be able to obliterate you. You're missing a limb now. Ah, come on. That's not fair. Yeah, I can't always tell the difference between their throws and their just... Oh, health is probably a good thing at this point. Yeah, I probably could have used that instead of more yellow essence at that point. We got a save statue. Begging the eternal question, should I go ahead a little bit and clear out a few rooms and then come back and save? Does not look like going ahead here is going to prevent me from coming back. There will almost certainly be a fight in this room. Oh, these guys. And these guys, what are they going to do? There we go. Perfect. Oh no, the door closed! So I should not have done that. I should have saved. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, well, sorry. Pardon my language. I am annoyed at myself now. Basically, this means I need to get to the next save point, or I will be... I don't know. I mean, do we, when we die, do we come back between save points most of the time? The issue is that I don't want to waste my Talisman of Rebirth. I like to have that around, like... In Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I think I actually used one against the final boss, because it was like... made a big point of not using them, or trying really hard not to use them. Eventually it got used, and I didn't replace it, but... Oh, where's Ramasa? Oh. I don't know why I'm really coming here, actually. It'll be nice to know he's here if I'm able to backtrack to him to get, if I decide to use some health items. If my panic over losing access to that, Hey, a Jewel of the Dragon Seal. I was not expecting to get one of these at this point. Now at this point we have leveled up our Piercing Void as far as it will go, and Wind Blades is the other one that's supposed to be useful. So let's level up Art of the Wind Blades. And if we find another one of those, I thought there was only going to be three in the game. If we find another one, then we can have 2 fully leveled up Ninpos. Meantime, I am annoyed that I didn't use that save statue. I had no idea that that door would shut behind us and we wouldn't be allowed to use it. I thought I was being clever. Kind of hoping for help there, actually. I'm usually pretty good with one enemy at a time. Especially with this thing, because it tends to, like, kind of stymie them with its constant spinning hits of damage. Howling Cannon, a large matlock rifle with unparalleled range and power. So this is, we only get 2 projectile weapons in this game, and this is one of them. An enormous matchlock rifle that launches projectiles with a deafening roar. Just over 1 meter in length, with a 50-centimeter bore, it stretches the definition of firearm. Its origins can be traced back to the 16th century, where its fearsome range and sheer destructive capability earned it the nickname Nation Crusher. Crushed the Vigor Empire, I hope. Modified and improved over many years into an even more potent weapon, Its booming sound and violent recoil demand superb mental focus and physical strength. So the deal with it, from what I've seen before even, heard before even getting it. You can't fire it rapidly. And Ryu is frozen for a minute when he uses it. The recoil. Damn it. Okay, that worked out alright after all. Don't know which way I should be going. This game doesn't have a map. Actually, I was looking at the fact differences the Xbox and the PS versions, and they said the Xbox version has a map, but it doesn't tell you which way to go. PS version eliminates a map, but you can always tell where to go. But I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be using that always tells me where to go. And press and hold R3 in the next game does that. Doesn't really seem to work that way here. See, here's the other side of... Yeah, I knew that we'd seen the others. Okay, I figured it would be a treasure chest or something. Yeah, like I knew that there was a path here that we could see, so I figured this just comes back to the other side of that wall, but I was kind of hoping there'd be something more than some karma there. I'm really down on myself now for having not saved. I'm trying to be all smart, and it's just not really working out. Embrace your inner dummy, JG. Save at every save point the first time you see it, regardless of whether... regardless of the mechanic where you get a free health replenishment once and once only. I guess to be on the safe side, I could just use one of those and try to save it for when I need it, but we're doing okay. It's easy mode. The Ninja Gaiden purists are screaming with rage that I'm able to get away with such sloppiness, but it's easy mode. We'll be alright. We can make it to the next save point. Wine cellars, pretty fancy. Oh, you got a ways too far. Okay, so I really didn't need to use that healing because here's a new save statue. And now that inner struggle is happening again. Should I save? Now I've got almost full health. Oh, I don't see any doors that could close. Ooh, boy. Oh, wow. I remember these guys. Oh, I hate these guys. Tuxedo mask. I hate that guy. You know what these guys are, folks? Showed up near the end of the last game. I'm going to hope it doesn't work quite the same in this game and they don't keep spawning forever, forcing you to gradually move in the correct direction. Alright, well I definitely don't want to have to go back 2 save spots. So even though we've got full health, let's go ahead and save. And suddenly I'm not so upset that I used an upgrade on the Vigorian flails, even though they're considered the worst weapon in the game in the one, fairly comprehensive-looking weapon tier list that I read. Just, well, I didn't read it in great detail, folks. I glanced through it. They said the Vigorian flails can do some cool stuff, but, so little damage per hit. Takes 30 hits to kill anything, which is not good. In fairness, it was basically a weapon tier list saying that said just about any weapon that's in this game can be used to great effect if you know what you're doing. But the flails are really good against these guys because they kill in 1 hit. Because these guys only take 1 hit to kill, but they attack you in large numbers. That being said, go for it. Don't want to be in the water fighting them. But 1 hit kills everything. The different levels basically open up better combos to you. Which means that, in one sense, button smashers like me, which is not the way to play the game if you're serious about getting good at the game, but your button smashing is not penalized as much because it's more likely that whatever buttons you're smashing leads to a real combo. Why am I under the impression that that thing is important? Doesn't seem to be important, but this does. Oh, wait a second. There's a treasure chest over here. Wasn't there? Yeah. Oh. Just some essence. That treasure chest may have been mentioned in the FAQ. I'm basically breezing through the FAQ looking for items that are called out in all caps as being the most important and trying not to have everything about the game spoiled. I'm trying to, and I know there's people out there who do not approve of this using the facts. You should be playing it blind, but I'm trying to find a midway point between leaving some surprises in the game and not missing any major items that people might want to see where they're located. You wouldn't want to play Breath of Fire 2 blind and miss the good ending, which is fairly easy to do. Ooh, Atlantis. Perhaps the Master will summon Kronos the Chronivore. Place looks pretty neat. There's probably ghost fish everywhere waiting to kill me. It's tempting fate, but I would say so far the ghost fish have not been nearly as nasty, although knowing that the Vigorian flails were the way to go may have helped me quite a bit. don't like the idea of I don't think you want to fight them from the water. I think you want to fight them on land. Now, before they actually came after me when I started shooting at them from range, maybe these ones are really far away. I'm giving away whatever my prizes are. Yeah, those loots aren't floating over towards me. Oh, here we go. Oh no, I'm tempting fate here. Oh, fuck. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. It wasn't worth it. Where'd you guys end up? Oh, I got back most of the health I lost. Yeah, if you're not familiar with my Let's Play of Ninja Gaiden 1, A, how can you possibly follow the complex story of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, but B, you probably don't know why I'm in such a panic about these ghostly fish. They were bad news in the prior game. They didn't show up until very late in the game. They weren't flying around in a water area. They were just floating around in like this sort of garden area, but they killed you dead. And it wasn't even like they were quite capable of killing you, a big group of them, but it was more about the fact that you were desperately trying to conserve health because big stretches of them would pop up between fights with some pretty powerful monsters, and they would just be a constant drain on your health and your healing items. These stupid fucking fish showing up every time you're trying to take a step. There's like 4 more of them nibbling at you. And then, you get to the end of a hallway full of these things, and they've, eaten away a bunch of your life, and suddenly you're fighting, like, the big, massive, scary demon monsters that you're expecting to fight in a Ninja Gaiden game, as opposed to, fish. And that is why Ryu hates fish. But up until this point in his life, he's always had a very positive relationship with birds. Hopefully nothing will ever happen to change that. And there's some more fish over there that I should probably deal with. Here they come, the fools. Proud them not about virtue. Oh fuck! See, they came in on my blind side. But really, the only way to be prepared for them is to be constantly swing. Ah, damn! Again. I was just talking about how you need to constantly be swinging your flails around, and what do? I stop. Oh, cinematic time. I was about to call it a video, too. Our next video might be a boss fight. Yeah, I think our next video is going to be a boss fight. Oh, man. Ooh, boy. So big. It's the mother-loving monster of all sock puppets. It's the giant fish boss is here to take us on. So that'll be a fight for next time. I'm hoping we can use ranged attacks against it and stay on land, so that because I did see fish floating around either side of it. I have a feeling this is going to be a fight where we got a bunch of these fish distracting us while we try to fight the main boss. Oh man, not looking forward to that one bit. Quick Barrel's not going to like this one little bit. But anyway, folks, I'm Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and hope you'll tune in next time for our big boss battle.